devil knows that if he can get you to believe that your dreams are so far-fetched, that your dreams are nothing but a fantasy, or nothing but something that you created in your mind, and that is going to take 5, 10, 20 years, it's almost impossible, then he can get you to behave in a manner that seems as if it's impossible. You're not going to feel motivated to do what God has called you to do because you feel like, oh, it's going to take 5, 10, 20 years. Oh, it's so far away. Oh, I'm not able to do it. Oh, what if this, what if that? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't already know, my name is KarlaAnae. I'm here to give you motivational messages and give you the messages that the Lord gives to me and gives them to you. I also do other things like pranks, art content, vlogs here on this channel. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And without further ado, let's get right into today's video. The devil actually believes everything that God has spoken over you in your life. He believes that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He believes that you are going to be able to achieve everything that God has called you to achieve in this life. He believes that you are great and that you are able to achieve much more than you even can fathom. He knows this to be true. He knows this as a fact. He believes it with every fiber of him. He believes it. And that is the reason why he continues to come after you. That is the reason why he continues to send people into your life that try to steal, kill, and destroy your purpose. Steal, kill, and destroy your mentality. Steal, kill, and destroy the promises that God has spoken over you. That's why he continues to try to plant fear and doubt into your mind, to try to make you believe that you are inadequate, that you are not cut out for it, that you are incapable. And by doing that, he is hindering you from what God actually has for you. If he can get you to believe the lies that he says about you and not what God says about you, then he's already won half the battle. If he can make you procrastinate to the point where you miss out on what God is doing, to the point where you can't even believe what the truth of what God is saying about you, that is going to hinder your destiny, and you're never going to reach where God has for you. The devil believes that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He believes that you can achieve everything that God placed in your heart to do. He believes that you can break free from those addictions, from sin. He believes that you can set others free. He believes that your light in your life is going to be a testimony to help other people get out of a place that you were once in. But if he can keep you in that place and keep you in that place of bondage and fear and feeling like you're not good enough, you will never reach the point where you can help other people. You will never be able to do what God has called you to do. And that is exactly why he continues to fight day in and day out for you to never reach your potential. The devil knows that if he can get you to believe that God's promises are going to take 5, 10, 15, 20 years to come to pass, that he can get you in that state of feeling like it's going to take forever, feeling like you're never going to be able to achieve it, feeling like it's going to be so hard for you to do. If he can get you to believe the lies that he has created based off the opposite of what God has already spoken over you, he can hinder you. But in reality, your dreams have already been accepted and acknowledged and planned by God. He's already ordained this for you. All you have to do is walk in accordance to his will and follow the steps that God has already paved out for you, because he has gone ahead of you. But the devil doesn't want you to know that. The devil knows that if he can get you to believe that your dreams are so far-fetched, that your dreams are nothing but a fantasy, or nothing but something that you created in your mind, and that is going to take 5, 10, 20 years, it's almost impossible, then he can get you to behave in a manner that seems as if it's impossible. You're not going to feel motivated to do what God has called you to do because you feel like, oh, it's going to take 5, 10, 20 years. Oh, it's so far away. Oh, I'm not able to do it. Oh, what if this, what if that? He's going to try to plant all those things in your mind, but in reality, all you have to do is walk in accordance to God's will, and it will come when it's supposed to come. It's not going to take as long as what you're thinking in your mind, but the devil is going to try to plant those fear and that anxiety. that you can't do it, that it's going to take forever, that God is a liar, that there are strings attached to what God is trying to bring you into, that God is going to take you out of a situation and lead you to somewhere worse. But in reality, all of that is a lie. In reality, God does not withhold any good thing from his children who walks in accordance to his will. In reality, you lack no good thing. In reality, you are more than a conqueror, and you can do what God has called you to do. In reality, you are a mighty warrior in the kingdom. In reality, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. In reality, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. But the devil don't want you to believe that. He wants you to believe that it's going to take 20 years for you to ever reach your destiny, that you always going to keep meeting people that are going to do you wrong. You're always going to be in the same toxic situation. You're always going to be chained to some sin, to some addictions. He wants you to believe that you're not capable, that you don't speak well enough, that you ain't good enough, that you are inadequate, that you will never amount to this person or that person. But in reality, God has already paved your own lane for you. You don't have to speak like them. You don't have to be like them. You don't have to do anything but do what God has called you to do. But the devil don't want you to believe that. He wants you to believe the lies that he said about you. Why else would the devil want you to quit? Why else would the devil want you to stop? Why else would he plant fear and anxiety? Why else would the devil try to keep you distracted and discouraged? Because he knows the moment you believe what God has said, the moment that you lock in, the moment that you start agreeing with God and agreeing with what God says about you, that you are already unstoppable, that you are more than a conqueror, that you are going to achieve what God has called you to achieve, that you are going to set people free, that you are going to become free yourself and lead other people to freedom. Why else would he be fighting so hard against you? And the harder it becomes, that's a trick. I'm going to tell y'all this. That is a trick. The harder it becomes and the more you feel like you want to worry, the closer you are to what God has called you to. The closer you are to your blessings. The harder it becomes and the more you want to doubt and worry, the more closer you are to the blessings of the Lord. I'm telling you. The second you're about to reach your breakthrough, the second that you're about to reach your blessing that God has called to you and for you, that's the second everything becomes terrible. I'm telling you, everything goes wrong. Everything that can go wrong goes wrong because the devil wants you to doubt. The devil wants you to believe his lies and believe that you're never going to be able to reach it, that believe that the stuff he done created and fabricated in his mind. He wants you to believe those lies so that you can doubt, therefore God can't even work. So the harder it gets, the more you want to worry, the harder you need to pray, and the more you need to know that God is about to bless you. Okay? That's why it's been so hard. Because the harder it becomes, the more fears he tries to plant, the more doubt he tries to plant, the more schemes he done schemed and everything. That is the moment you finna reach your blessing. That is the moment. I'm telling you. I've lived it. I have lived it. So do not fall for that trap. The devil don't got that many tricks. All he can do is distract you, plant lies, plant fear, plant worry, try to make you doubt. That's all he can do. But you cannot react to that because you're giving it power over your situation. You're giving it power over you. So know this. The devil believes every single promise, every word, every desire that God placed within your heart. He believes it to be true as fact that you can do it. He believes it. That's why he's fighting you so hard. That's why he wants to continue to plant that doubt and fear. Do not react. Know that you are close to your blessing. Know that you are more than a conqueror. Know that you can do it and that God is with you. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope this message encouraged you and gave you the motivation that you needed to keep going. If you have any prayer requests, testimonies, or business inquiries, I will leave my information down in the description box below. If you're interested in any of my work, I will also leave links down in the description box below so you can check that out. And that is all I have for you guys today. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.